Hi, everyone. My husband is joining us today. Everyone say hi to my lovely husband.
What's up?
Okay, so who is ready to learn some more things today? Um, so I wanted to talk about these certain elements and um, certain elements and directions they go with. So, Earth is associated with north, air is east, fire is south, and water is west. So, when you're setting up your altar or a shrine, which usually an altar just usually just has like your tools of trade of what you're going to use on it. The shrine usually is like the different, like what you're going to put is a representation of each element in a direction um, in a direction that normally is associated with the element. And I also want to talk about energies as well because so energies are so important. And to have a balance of each energy is very important because if you're out of balance with just one of those energies, your whole life is going to be out of whack. Um, I had this issue yesterday where this woman, she had too much fire energy in her. And I know she had too much fire energy in her because she was very angry and doing things out of spite, and she's very hateful. And I just said, you know what? She just has too much fire energy in her. And I just left it like that. I said she needs some more water energy in her to balance out that fire energy. And the thing is, me and my husband went over to clean the pool yesterday, and she was angry because her husband lost his job because he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, and they ended up giving me his job. Um, well, she poured like chips and macaroni. What else was all over the ground?
Not it, no.
Um, and my husband was very angry about it because he said that it was just purposely done out of spite towards me, which I get it. I get it. They're upset about that. However, they need more water energy in their life um, to balance out that fire energy. So, in the household, it's always important to keep your space clean. Um, and because when you're doing energy work or spirit work or magical work, um, your surroundings affects the spiritual balance around you and the energy around you, and so it's important to keep it clean. Um, Me and my husband, we went and cleaned the whole house today, and we were just suffering with a lot of energy issues. Um, Personally, I felt like the room we were in Um, like it was just time to move out of that room. So we moved to a different room in our house. Um, because just with like the mold and everything, just being so close to the other room, we didn't want to um, be around that because I was having very bad asthma attacks. And the airflow, it was just raising our bills and stuff. So we moved into a different room in our house. I'm not going to say which because that is not really anyone's business, but we did sleep a lot better last night, I thought. What did you think, babe?
Not the same for me.
I slept better. I slept till about 1 today. And I just feel more energized. And of course, the house being clean also makes the energy a lot lighter in here. So it's very important to keep the energies balanced in your house. So when you put up the shrine in your house, it is important to put a balance of all the elements inside the shrine. Some people do individual ones for each element. However, I feel like um, doing one with all of them in it helps more because that way you know you're getting a balance of energies. Um, so wherever you're gonna be, like doing your craft or like doing potions, or you spend most of your time, you're gonna want to make sure that that room is very much clean and the energies are stable in it. Um, and if the energies are not balanced in the room, then it can cause fights. It can cause sadness. Believe it or not, that is the truth. So I'm gonna be putting up a new shrine in our new bedroom, and it's also gonna center out the entire household. Um, so that Jesse, he feels good and I feel good, and just um, there's no tension or anything like that. So that is my plan. Um, and so there is more I want to discuss with you guys as well. I want to talk about like the different seasons and what they mean for a green witch's life. Okay, so the spring equinox, the summer solstice, is the time during a green witch's life that is called the growing tide, and it's when we're learning more and we're growing as a person. And um, you know, the summer solstice, the autumn equinox, is the reaping tide. And that's when we, um, when our what our energies have put out comes back to us. Now, the autumn equinox to winter solstice is the resting tide. Now, that is when we use the time to rest. I honestly feel like the autumn equinox and the winter solstice is the best time for me as a green witch, because I feel like the autumn, it just does something with me. It makes me feel good on the inside. The energy with it is associated with that season, mingles very well with my energy. The energy is very wonderful. Um, just like with water, the element water, and air, I tend to very much. I love those two elements. I love all the elements, but those two particularly are the ones that resonate so highly with me. They just make me feel good. Earth is a grounding stability, whereas water is peace, tranquility, passive, um, and emotional. So, but they they just are very positive energies. So I really feel, resonate with those energies. And so the autumn, it brings in the cool, crisp air and the beautiful like colors, and my soul just like draws up all the energy during the autumn equinox, um, into winter solstice. So that is the best time I feel for me. Um, the winter solstice, the spring equinox, is the cleaning tide, the cleansing tide. It's when you cleanse yourself and try to, prepare yourself for the next growing tide. So that's a basis of a year, and within each of those, you would want to basically meditate during each of those seasons and just soak up all that energy around you, whether it's outside or in your house or in your favorite place. But it's always important that when you do meditate, make sure that you're going to be somewhere quiet. Like if there's a bunch of people screaming and being loud, you're not going to really be able to focus. So you want to get somewhere quiet to do your meditation. Now, next, I'm going to show you guys some of the herbs that a green witch uses almost on a daily basis. So the first one is mint. Mint is used with a lot of stuff. It can be used in baths. It can be used in potions. It can be in teas. Okay. So next is peach blossom. The next is jasmine. And these are real. These are real. We got chrysanthemum. We have lemongrass, which smells really, really good. It smells lemony. We got peony. You see they're real. We got rosebuds, which you will use that in a lot of stuff as well. All of these, basically you would use pretty much on a daily basis. And lavender. And this is, like I said, these are all real. I like how they're labeled. I purposely purchased them labeled. Because it's important not to get them mixed up. So. And if you don't have certain, herbs, they can be substituted with other certain herbs. Which I will get into that in just 1 second. I'm just putting away the herbs. I tried to do this a certain way so that I can see what I'm putting in there. And See, I put them back in there. Okay. So I'll get into substitutions right now. I actually got my book of spells handy. I want to go through each individual one. So these are actually magical substitutions that that can be used. Okay. So I just want to put this. Rosemary can be safely used for any other herb, and rose for any flower. So frankincense or copal for any gum resin. Tobacco for any poisonous herb. So acacia is a good substitution is gum arabic. Acacia, gum arabic. Aconite, tobacco, arabic, gum, frankincense, gum, mastic, gum, tragacanth, balm of Gilead, rosebuds, gum, mastic, bdellium gum, copal, pine resin, and dragon's blood. Belladonna tobacco, benzoin, gum arabic, gum mastic, canna, angelic root, camphor oil, eucalyptus oil, lavender oil, carnation, rose petals anointed with a few drops of clove oil, cassia, cinnamon, castor bean, a few drops of castor oil, cedar, sandalwood, and so on and so forth. Those are just some substitutions. I could go on forever. There's tons of pages here. But there are substitutions. So if you don't have a certain herb or a certain thing, there are substitutions you can use. Now there is some herbs that you cannot eat, and so and certain spells and stuff. Which I love this book, because it tells you which ones are poisonous, which ones not to eat. It's a very good book to have. So that is all for me today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to end up sending me a message. Feel free to visit my website. I did put my website in the description. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. And I hope you guys have a really great day.